Sorry that I had to start this again. Mostly, I'm sorry. You don't really care. Kind of a pain in my neck. But all right, we got that going. Okay, that is not. I didn't flip it over. I knew something wouldn't be right. Okay, let's fix that. Boing. Okay. Now, sorry about that. That's why I check it. All right, we are underway.
Take the next right onto Pennsylvania 51 South. Continue on Pennsylvania 51 South for 3 miles.
All right, so that charging session was not without pain. Super Cruise though, pretty cool. Seems to look pretty good. No! No! 70 east, 70 east, 70 east. Jesus. Checking different routes is definitely somewhat crapola. Telling me where I'm going would be nice.
quarter mile, use the right lane to take the I-70 East ramp to the Stanton. Use the right lane to take the I-70 East ramp, then merge onto I-70 East.
Okay, we're back on I-70.
Continue on I-70 East for 11 miles.
All right, so just to complete that charging session, well, the chargers started out exciting, cranking right up to 350 kilowatts. Saw what looked to me like when the one guy disconnected, it faulted out my charge, and then I moved to the same charger they were using just because I could. I couldn't get that one that I had used to start working again, so I went to a different charger. Did get charging, got more than enough to my destination, and but unfortunately, it still faulted out. It did not let me end the session, and in fact, the charger had crashed. It just wasn't charging anymore. So I'm not sure what the problem is with those things, but I'm still. I mean, I'm not gun shy, but I know. I mean, I even researched those chargers, looked for any people complaining about problems, but I'm definitely going to give a negative check-in and don't use that charging station anymore. I've marked that one as bad, and maybe it's the balanced chargers that they are putting in are bad. I don't know. Something is wrong. Electrify America, get to work. I've offered to help you. You can ask for help. I think that's a good thing. I mean, my sense really is that from my perspective with the Hummer, is there are very few vehicles that can actually accept the power that you say that your chargers are rated for. And when you get a car that can do it, bad things happen. I doubt you have any Hummers in your test fleet. So you need help. I think we need to open the American testing laboratories for charging. Hey, if you're out there, say hello. last 2 hours of driving on my week and 2-day expedition. I think the good of the trip is riding in an electric vehicle that's well designed and comfortable is amazing. The bad, I'm kind of torn, trying to decide what is the bad. I think the bad is, getting rocks thrown on you in your drive and cracking your windshield. But the ugly is the sad state of the charging infrastructure on the planet. I mean, it's changing. I'd like to say it's improving, but I'm very frustrated with how things went. I mean, I had my first charging session was spectacular. My second charging session was fine. It did what it was supposed to. My third and fourth were just fine. They worked, but I couldn't get the power of my vehicle in the charging infrastructure anywhere near where I was. So, that's bad. And then the really ugly was charging systems that really don't actually work correctly. And as far as I can tell, have never been tested with a vehicle that could be in and out, allow the charging operator to make as much money as fast as possible. That seems like something you ought to optimize for, but I've yet to see that optimization. So it's also more than 50 cents a kilowatt. I don't think that's acceptable. I mean, how many equipment in operations? If you need to sell at 50 cents a kilowatt, if it's going to cost, and I really don't understand the EVgo. I'm canceling my EVgo subscription with the crazy in the afternoon you got to pay more for your electricity. That is, come on. Hotel charging is spectacular, but I think that unless the hotels start really ramping up the number of chargers and amperage that's available in their parking lots, that'll become, a bonus prize that you occasionally achieve, but in general you probably won't. So if you're listening, you can tell I'm fired up about the cost of charging and the pain of charging.
In half a mile, use the middle lane to follow signs for US 119 South, Pennsylvania 66 Turnpike.
Getting on Pennsylvania 66 Turnpike.
Use the middle lane to keep left.
looks good.
Use the second from the right lane to keep left, then take the Pennsylvania 66 Turnpike North exit. Take the Pennsylvania 66 Turnpike North exit.
Okay, so the truth is the place I charged wasn't really out of my way. I was worried about that, but I think it was an interesting path to this road.
Continue on Pennsylvania 66 North for 14 miles.
Here we go. Do some climbing. Turn off the flashing lights. Sounds good. Why so slow? I think we got police up here. Yeah, we're trying to turn around. Can you really go through these going 55? Ooh. So. Still rolling. Might turn off. I'm quite sure it's called drive now. Come on. Do it.
Let's take US 22 east and I-99 north. This route is 4 minutes faster than River Pike Buffington. US 22 east, I-99 north. In 3 miles, exit to US 22 east for Blairsville.
And it's good there. And then I need. Oh. Damn it. forgot to unmute you guys. I'm sorry. We're back. Alright, we're rolling again. Back on Super Cruise. I just need to keep my hand on the wheel because we're coming up with a bunch of lights, and the way you use Super Cruise with traffic signals is you keep your hand on the wheel, it goes to you driving until it crosses the light, and then it takes control again. As long as there's not another light within a mile. Forgot to mention that part of the problem. I really like that full screen Waze. It's probably beaming you guys out. There comes the light. Yep. Got my hand on the wheel, turn blue. I don't know if you can see that. I gotta give you a little more view. There we go. And then the second we get past the light, it turns green again. Start passing the slowpokes. It's going good though. Yeah, so really there have been two upgrades to Super Cruise since its introduction. One was to support these kind of divided roads with traffic signals. And the other one was, okay, so now it's turning off probably because there's too many lights. The other one was the 2-lane roads. And those really expanded the drive for where I want to go immensely. Going plenty fast here, people, but I'm going to go with the flow. A lot of sheets here, but I don't think they had chargers. I'm almost tempted to try them if they happen to have a charger. Oh my gosh, look at that thing. Gigantic tractor driving on here. No space for anything but gas pumps there. Initially, Waze wouldn't do this, but now it's doing the full screen thing. It's really cool. I think we should do an update to CarPlay to support the same thing, though. I think you might be able to see this tractor trailer going here. Let's adjust this a little bit more while we're here. Right, here comes the monster tractor. Oh yeah, that's definitely a manure spreader. Nice. These guys going, I'm gonna get over. Almost under 100 miles left in the journey, guys. Hey, if you're out there, say hello in the chat. I'm gonna be going for another hour and 35 minutes according to Waze here. I'm using Waze now because I know I have enough power. I don't need the car's nav, and the car's nav is annoying at times. I'm going to call Safelite tomorrow and see if there's any chance they're actually going to get my windshield. I can drive it like this, it's not a problem. Keystone Raceway. Now we're rolling. Race to Camaro. I'm on another light. Hoping for it to stay green. Here we go. It's not, it's only one light, so it went blue. I'm holding onto the wheel. I don't know if you can see this now. I tried to get the camera adjusted so you can see the blue. We get past the light. Still blue. I'm not sure why I'm not reacquiring it. Might be another light up here. Rolling. There it is. I think you're going to get some Pennsylvania leaf colors here. Set thrown in for extra bonus prize. Isn't that supersized Waze beautiful? if you can see it. I'm not sure if I could do any settings. I was looking to see any way to say go to dark mode. You might go to dark mode when the truck goes to dark. Turn its lights on, which I think it's going to do before we get back. Nice regen right now, 35 kilowatt peak. Signal, got my hands on the wheel, ready so that Super Cruise knows I'm here. Oh, this one is too long. Oh no, it went blue. Went blue. Doing good. A lot of raccoons. Not doing well here. So right after the light, reacquired Super Cruise driving, and we're underway. See, if you don't hold on, it'll start slowing down too. It needs to know that you are 100% in charge. Yeah, I wanted to be so proud of my amazing ability to find an excellent charging station. Unfortunately, I now have to put balance charges on the list of things to avoid. At least the chargers were streaming power in at 350 kilowatts for a while. 100 miles to go. Can look at energy here. It's good. You know, what's weird is the only way to get back to Android Auto is this button. Can't use. Must have the wrong button up there. I don't know. Okay, I'm not the slowest person on here. I'm glad to report. Okay, I was a solar installer. So I'm just cruising up to Altoona here. Hey, we have a red light. Come on, see that truck. See that truck. Slow down. Slow down. Not slowing down. I need a brake. Super Cruise back in charge. Apparently this guy is going to pace me. Fine, go ahead, have a good time. He's doing the reverse Super Cruise pass on right. He's not actually going fast enough. I don't like these walls. We're coming into a town here. Looking for reduced speed. Let's see it. There it is. Slightly reduced. Okay, I'm not sure where it's going here right now. The Super is a little already. McLean's Cafe, yeah, that looks good. Not open though. Maintaining 50. It's a nice big truck. I think you can see some color there. Okay, unfortunately, we have no road information. We'll slow down here. Oh, I have VP Racing fuel here. That's kind of cool. I wonder if Stocker Chevrolet got their charger. There's a Buick Chevrolet dealer scanning his operation for a charger. Not seeing it. Oh, he has it. He has a Blink charger. I don't know what speed or what price he charges, but that's interesting to know. Back to 65. Back to Super Cruise. Passing. Accelerating. Alright, climbing up the hill here, 164 kilowatts coming out per minute, per second. 164 kilowatt seconds. Nice climb right now. Maintaining 115 kilowatts coming out of the battery. 93 miles to go, 157 or 56 miles of range. Estimated power level is 46%. State of charge, 46%. Pretty good climb here. Okay, truck crossing, successfully crossed. Like Adaptive Cruise got a whisper of that truck. Okay, prepare for the view. A little hazy, but I think you can see it. Over.
first before I did,
Yes.
but I want to take a quick look because it'll tell me. I will say, so I live here, so
Yeah.
I know for a fact that EVs are not very common. I usually see one guy, and it is an Ioniq 5 charging at that Walmart. So let me take a look at the device and see if it's had recent charges. I haven't actually been there in a long time since I really started charging. So these are Gen. Hold on. No, it did charge. It charged today at. That's not a charge. Finished at 3.5. That's super normal for that Ioniq. So, it does not need that long. So, I'm checking all the machines
Sure.
that are currently available. I think that was the number 3 right there.
One last piece of data. The rep that was on there said, "Oh yeah, this site is marked for service." So I don't know if they've serviced it since I was there on Friday.
And they may have. I haven't looked at the tickets. I'm literally just looking to see if the charges are working right now. But I will investigate further into the tickets. But it looks like preparing charging at 419 on the other 350, finishing at 508. So that was a slower charging car. But I don't blame them for using 350 since there's one down. That one is still down.
Okay.
It likely needs something from the manufacturer, just because I can tell by the state it's in. So it likely needs something from them, like a computer part that we do not have. So.
Gotcha.
Looking at the final one, So I have seen that reconnecting thing on some vehicles before. It does tend to happen. Where'd you end up going for a charge afterwards?
I ended up going to the dealer at
Gotcha. That's
Cadillac GMC. Folsom?
Oh, the one down. Yeah, Folsom, yeah.
There's more to the story. So the Hummer refused to DC fast charge for like an hour after that. So I actually plugged into their. They have an ABB 50 kilowatt unit. I plugged in there, and it actually just said, in the ABB parlance, it just said charges. Like the Hummer beeps when it starts charging, so I would get the beep, and it would immediately stop, and the charger said, "Oh, charge is finished."
Here's the question: does the Hummer just stay in a standby mode the entire time, unless you're like away from the vehicle for like a half an hour?
So you can have it on or off when you plug in. And when you plug in, then it goes into charging mode. But you can actually still have it on.
Well, the reason I was asking is because I've seen similar issues with vehicles like the Rivians and
Yes.
where if they don't, since they don't shut down all the way, so that's why I'm asking.
Oh yeah, so I mean, I actually convinced the dealer to run diagnostics on my car, and it did actually say that it had received invalid data from a charger. Unfortunately, it doesn't say when. It's just in the history log.
Gotcha. These chargers they're working. They've all been working, at least today. But I do want to look more into them afterwards. But I definitely, because I do have to use this site sometimes, so this is
Right.
I'm definitely going to be on this.
And which vehicle do you said you had a Bolt?
I have a Bolt. I'm there forever when I am there.
Which one do you have?
I bought a 2017 because I knew they were doing the battery replacements.
Yeah. Okay.
So I got the 2017, got the battery replaced, so up to like 250 at 80%.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I bought it because I'm cheap and it's a really cheap car.
No, it's designed entry electric car. So I retired. I retired from GM, by the way. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I definitely, my car before that was a Saab 97X from 2007. I always buy older cars. So.
And just for complete data. So when I first went, I went to the Chevy dealer first, and he only had a 25 charger, and the Hummer hooked up to that and was perfectly happy. I wasn't perfectly happy about how long it's going to take to charge.
Gotcha. No, I can completely understand that. That's slower than my car.
Yeah. But then
and yours has a much bigger battery.
Yes. So what I ended up doing was I was trying to get to Dayton, but at this point I'm like, this is getting late. So I just got in Terre Haute myself for the night, and I charged up at the dealership until the morning, and then headed back to Michigan the next day instead of Dayton. So, but actually, while I've got you, I just had another experience that was less than optimal.
Okay.
And I wonder if you can look at if there's any logs from that, because my mind says vehicles that can use 350 kilowatts drive chargers crazy. And here's what happened. So I was in, so let me figure out the name of the station for you. So it's Bell Vernon or something, Pennsylvania?
Yep, I found it.
Okay.
I already pulled up your account.
Okay, perfect. So you'll see that I plugged in charger 2. I can remember the chargers there because I just did this. And I was excited because it revs up. I'm, right up to 350. I'm charging away. And I was actually making a video. I can send you a video of what went on if you want to see it. But
I love that, actually.
But in any case, so suddenly it stops working. But what I did notice is that I don't know what it was, Ionic or something that was plugged in on charger 4 had just unplugged. So I swear, the second they unplugged, I quit working. And then I tried to restart on that same charger to no avail. So then I plugged into 4, and I did charge for quite a bit there. I got enough power for what I wanted, but it shut off on me before I wanted it to. I did not tell it to quit. It quit, and the charger had crashed. I mean, I couldn't get the screen to respond after that. Charger 4.
Okay. So I'm checking the stops on both machines.
Okay.
2 to start with, and this says remote stop transaction request.
Okay.
Which normally means that somehow the app sends a stop transaction request. That's what the remote means. But
okay.
Either the app that somehow the app sent a request. Now let me check the other one and see what it says about the stop. Which if the screen went blank afterwards, it was probably stopped due to charger resetting or something.
I mean, it wasn't blank; it was hung. I mean, it looked like I was charging, quote unquote, but it wasn't updating. That's what I could tell.
Oh, it was frozen.
It was frozen in the charging status. But on the Hummer, it said, check charger for fault or problem or something. I should take pictures of the messages.
Well, and I see where it stopped you at 61%.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can see where the session stopped.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm looking for the actual stop information. So bear with me for a
moment.
I'm literally reading through code right now.
No, I appreciate taking a look.
I try to be thorough, so I want to know what happened just as much as you do, because our goal is to promote EV charging by making this as easy and efficient for people as possible.
And just so you understand, I actually just drove, I can tell you exactly, 3,721 miles in my Hummer EV
Wow.
starting last Monday.
Oh, wow.
I'd like to be able to tell you that it was great, but my first charge at Electrify America was spectacular. My next charge at EA was, I was at a 350 that could give me 200, and it was one that was timed, so the Hummer would have been so much cheaper. By the way, I think you should stop charging by time. I don't think it's fair for anyone.
We don't do that because we want to.
I
do
figure.
that because the states have laws.
Yes. So, but it sounds like you've made progress because Pennsylvania is now charging by the kilowatt. Finally, realized the
Yes, we have made progress.
Error in their ways.
You know, and we've been working to get states to allow us to do so for a while, but it's because there's some sort of protection in place for electric companies. In a lot of states
it's like dealers.
The honest thing is that I'm not seeing a stop notification, even though the recording stopped.
Right, so that's why
I'm not seeing a stop notification.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was like, I think the charger just blew up.
So there wasn't a stop. Here it is. There was an error. There's the stop.
Mm-hmm.
Another error, EVSE safety failure, suspended EVSE. Let me pull this error code. So that'll let me look into it and I'll be able to. Because while I know what some of these codes mean, I do not know what all of them mean. So.
Yeah, so just so you know, my mental note now was I'm not going to go try any balance chargers for a while. But
gotcha. You say balance like the newer ones, the Generation 4s?
Yeah. Well, the one that I had that stop, it had the balance message and stickers.
Huh. Oh, I think I know why. So your car technically requests 360.
Right.
On our machines.
Yes.
Which would mess with the balancing because it's set for 350. It's supposed to, anything above 350 is supposed to split it in half to 175, but maybe your car's not reacting well to that, or maybe the charger's not reacting well to that.
It might not have. I mean, effectively what it did, I mean, I saw it very happily getting 350 though. 350 ran for quite a while. Then it seemed, I mean, and it can only take 350 for about 10 minutes and then you're done.
Right.
And then it starts ramping down. I think it had gone down to like 200 when it failed. I don't know if I took a picture of that. I was mostly like, okay, I got to get moving here.
Oh, yeah, that's understandable, especially if you're on such a long trip.
Yeah.
Errors. Sorry, just pulling our error sheet so I can search this error. Oh, here we go. EVSE safety errors. Change station. So that's a station error. It's not a full error. So.
The handle was a little bit warm. I always check for that too.
And I wonder if that is. I wonder if it wasn't overheating, but something tripped the safety on it.
Okay.
Yeah. So whether or not it was the fact that the car requested 360, the thing is, I don't think so though.
I mean, at the time that it tripped, it had already done what it was going to do, asking for 360, and it was down to the 200s.
So it's possible it overheated Like that's always a possibility.
And,
That'll trip the safety.
and
if it hits a
it
certain
wasn't hot
temperature.
though. Just so you know, it's like 60 some degrees. It's not.
Okay.
And it wasn't sunny. It wasn't like I was. Some of my charges were quite warm.
Okay. So not the hottest you had.
Not even close.
Gotcha. Well, and I'm going to have them investigate what actually tripped it, obviously. I just wanted to be sure what it caused, what the error was before I went any further. So here's my plan: is I want to bring up these two stations and the things that happened at them to our team. That way they can investigate the logs more thoroughly than I can here. Then they'll be able to tell me more about what happened, and I can reach out to you with a little bit of information.
Sure. And seriously, if there's something that you think I can help with GM on their side, because I mean, my truck definitely got itself into a tizzy about it, and I think that GM needs to work on some code so that doesn't happen as well. So.
Yeah, and if our team can think of anything, I'll definitely let you know. It's just on our end, like I can really what they're going to be able to tell me is what happened and what the machine is thinking is happening at the time.
Yes.
So when they give me that information, and I can only share so much of it with anyone I speak with because a lot of it's internal information. I'm sure you understand that.
That's fine.
But I can give you a general idea of what happened, and I appreciate you letting us know because without feedback, we never are going to improve for our customers. And that's why we value it so much.
And seriously, if you need a connection with the GM team on charging, I can do that too. So
I will definitely bring that up because so as a loyalty team member, I work really closely with the leaders. Like I'm in a meeting with them every day. So I definitely will bring that up with them because we always like having our talks with manufacturers, especially with our premium offers and things like that. I know the Hummer doesn't have one, but there are plenty of vehicles that do.
Right.
But I definitely appreciate that, and I'll let them know that.
Are there any vehicles that you are aware of besides the Hummer that ask for 360?
The next closest is the Porsche, and it asks for 333.
Okay, so it does go at least over 300.
Yes.
Okay.
I will say they're rated for 333, but I've never actually seen one request more than like 296.
I mean, I have two charges in this week where I saw the charger say 363.
I mean, so for example, like if you look at our 150s, they're rated for 150, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they can go up to 175, and it's the same with the 350s. They have a little bit of wiggle room as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, and by the way, there's a 150 in Ohio, which actually is currently shut down because of Sheetz is redoing the whole site, but I've gotten 199 on a 150 there. And I think that's the 800. I think that's part of the 800 volt thing,
Yeah. So amperage and voltage play a big role in what speeds you get. Mm-hmm. So even if a machine is rated, it's just like any other breaker like you have at home. They can sometimes handle a higher load.
Right.
It just depends on the installation.
Mm-hmm. But in any case, yeah, I really appreciate the dialogue. It's spectacular.
That's actually part of what I do. I'm a big dork, to be completely honest. I love all the technology stuff that goes into our chargers and everything like that. And honestly, it was the best job I've had in 15 years. I don't have to try to sell anybody anything. Mm-hmm. I don't work for the state anymore. And it's just really good just to be able to help.
Yeah, I understand.
But so let's talk about when I'm going to talk to you next, okay?
Okay.
I was thinking I would reach out towards like the middle end of next week. After I've given my team enough time to look over things. How does that sound?
It's perfect.
Okay. Let me take the case back up here. what I get for having so much stuff open. But I'm going to, so let's say, I think Thursday would probably be best next week for me. Yeah, because Wednesday I have to reach out. I have different things I do on different days of the week. Thursday is probably my more open day.
Okay.
So how about, do you prefer afternoons like this?
I'm
like late afternoon.
I'm available. I mean, I tend to be up early, so anytime's fine. I'm retired now.
Okay. Well,
so.
I dream of retirement. When my wife was still alive, I used to tell her that, and she told me, "You're only 30-something."
I do have some. I have one other piece of feedback though that I'd like to let you hear,
yes.
and I'm sure you'll be in meetings where you can say, I heard from someone that probably we should think about why they said it. I really don't think you should install chargers the same way Tesla does. You really need to, find a way to put them in like fuel pumps. So you pull through and you can charge. The backing thing,
right.
I mean, the Ballards and the backing and oh my God,
So I completely understand that, and I know we've tried to mitigate it with the newer ones, how they have the really long handles,
right.
But they're still as stiff as the original ones too, so they're hard to turn. So I definitely get where you're coming from. Like, pull-throughs would be the best, because then you can come at it from any side.
Right.
You don't have, it doesn't matter if your port's in the front or back, if you're more left or right, you can pull in, pull out, do whatever you need.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand. I know there's been talk of changing the way we do the site, though a lot of what we do is also based on what the site.
Well, and I think you're subject to. You say, well, why don't you take out 4 of your gas pumps and we'll put in chargers? And they'll be like, what?
And we are starting to open up dialogue with partnerships with companies more than we used to.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping that eventually we'll have like a standard partnership with somebody who allows us to do something like that. Because our goal is eventually to be everywhere. Like right now, we've just finished our cross-country infrastructure. We're still kind of working in the north on it.
Mm-hmm.
And the next step is just filling in the gaps pretty much. And we've already started doing that. Like there's this big square around like Georgia and the west side of Florida that we're filling in right now. There's only like 2 chargers coming in at this point, but as time goes on, we're going to be adding more and more to those empty spaces.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a lot of work for our acquired team, but they're doing pretty good. I remember it has slowed a bit since the infrastructure was pretty much completed, but I do know at one point there were like 2 or 3 stations going up weekly, because I get an email every time one went up. Now it's slowed down a bit, but they're still going up.
Well, I did see that you've got a gas station approach right aside of a Tesla charger in California. I think it's like Baker's, California, or something like that.
Baker's is our flagship. That's what we eventually want all of our sites to be.
And by the way, on my trip, I've had a lot of pickup owners pull up to me and say, "Is that electric? Does it have a motor? Can you use fuel?" Those kind of things. I explain no, yes, no. And then they say, "Well, should I get one?" I'm like, "Here's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Do not get an EV until you have the same experience fueling as you do. Do not have to back in. Do not have to worry you're going to ram into a car when you're getting to the pump. Those are, I rate them all F-, just so you know. So most of your chargers just got F- from me. I mean, the back end is maybe a D-, but that's the highest I've seen of any Electrify America, D-. I really think you got to get into the pumps. I mean, if I drove to California, I would give that one an A+, but I didn't make it there. But I really think that, for adoption to occur, it has to, the backing in, the Tesla guys that love to back their cars in, that is a pile of you know what. And I think that, don't follow the Tesla lead. And I think the lead is putting in pumps. By the way, I know that EVgo, working with GM and, the Ultium branded stuff, they have started putting in some pump-like approaches with Flying J and stuff like that. So I think there's an opportunity for you guys to go get the other operators and put in your pumps.
No, I wholeheartedly agree. Like I said, that Baker site is definitely our flagship and what we eventually want them to be. And we are still working with what's allowed in fire site hosts. But that's why we're working on expanding our partnerships with companies. That way we can have a standard like that.
Right. I mean, I understand that it has to have the real estate, but I really think if we want to get EV adoption, we need to make the charging. I mean, charging already is 20 times slower than fuel. So there's still a lot of research that we've got to work on to solve that too. But if we want to continue to grow the charging right now, we really need to work on this. So.
Right. No, I agree. It's like to improve adoption, we need to emulate what's already there because people like what they're used to.
Mm-hmm.
It's honestly, this is gonna be a really weird comparison, but I have a PlayStation 5, right?
Okay.
But you know what? I still go back and play the old PS1 and PS2 games I grew up with because they're what I like, what I was used to.
Yes.
And I will probably continue to do that until I'm in my 80s. So,
I think so.
Yeah, and it's the same thing with cars. Like I'm gonna continue to buy the kind of cars that I like, use the kind of the charging is part of the reason I charge at home most of the time now.
Mm-hmm.
I completely understand. I'm also a consumer, but it's also cheaper.
Well, yeah, I mean it's 3.5 times cheaper for me to charge at home, so for sure. But but when you're traveling, actually the other side for me is the hotels. I mean, I need hotels that had chargers, but everywhere else I stayed, I got a hotel with a charger and charged up to 100% overnight, so that I could start the morning journey with 100% charge.
Yeah. So, living here in Terre Haute, it's not super progressive. Indiana itself, in general, is not super progressive, so it's not surprising me that this was legally placed in mine.
I mean, it was funny. So I got on the Marriott website. You can say I want that amenity. It had me going to Paris, Illinois. I just can't backtrack to go get a charger. That was not going to be a thing.
Right. No, that is definitely not. No.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't. It's funny that it did have you backtrack to Paris, but we are really close to Paris tonight. I actually was there just 2 or 3 Mondays ago. Yeah, but so next Thursday I'm going to call you probably sometime in the afternoon.
Okay.
3 and 6 p.m. Eastern. Because that's normally when I'm doing calls.
That's fine.
But before I let you go, do you have any other feedback that I can give to our leaders or anything like that you'd like to share?
You guys need some, Chevy Silverado EVs in your test fleet, so you can witness the 360 requests for all your equipment. I doubt you have a Hummer.
No. So it would be nice to test those vehicles, like the 350s, like in different circumstances.
Yeah.
Because we do have like our center of excellence in Reston, where we do try to emulate different temperatures outside and things like that to test vehicles at different current speeds, like different vehicles. But I do not think we have a Silverado or a Hummer to test at the center of excellence.
Right.
Well, I'll definitely.
I'm willing to help work on that for you too.
I mean, all I can do is let them know. I don't know where they'll go with it, but honestly, working together is how we're going to get this thing going for everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'll get all that put in. I know you're sounds like you're driving right now, aren't you?
I'm super cruising, so I've just been watching my car drive the whole time we're talking.
Hold on. The Hummer. It's the Hummer.
Yeah, the Hummer.
Drive itself.
Yes.
Nice. I didn't realize that.
Yes.
I'm still just a little anxious about cars driving themselves.
I mean, I completely understand. I've been doing it since 2017 with Super Cruise at GM. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's probably because, so, complete honesty, I haven't had my license as long as a lot of other adults. I did not get it until my wife forced me to in my mid to late 20s.
Okay.
So, and so it's definitely a nerves thing for me because I like to be in full control when I drive.
Well, you still are. I mean, so Super Cruise requires you to be paying attention. If you're not paying attention, you won't do it.
Oh.
So it actually has infrared.
Oh,
it has infrared projectors on your eyes, so it can see your pupils, even with sunglasses. And if you're not paying attention, it turns off.
It makes you take control. So
and even cooler, if you were to have some medical emergency, it will keep you from going over the cliff.
Oh, well, it'll stop or it'll pull over?
It'll stop, turn on the four-way flashers, and initiate a emergency call to OnStar. If you don't respond, they'll send the police to your vehicle.
Oh, wow. That is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm constantly amazed by the levels of technology that we're constantly coming up with.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a tech guy, and it's still amazing.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But well, I've really enjoyed our conversation. I've liked the back and forth as well. You've given a lot of really good feedback for the leaders and the team as a whole. So I'm going to get all that over to them. I'm going to reach out next week with what we find on those chargers. To have that error looked at on the one in Pennsylvania, and I'm going to take a closer look at the Terre Haute one along with the team. Because, again, super interested because I got to use that one.
Yeah.
So I joke all the time. So it's part of what I do. But I'm looking forward to talking to you next week. I hope you have a great day.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time today and talking to me here at Electrify America.
All right. Well, thank you for the call, and let's stay in touch too. You can be.
It's your night.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, I forgot to mute that. No one's listening. Some great views here, though. I want to go watch this video. All right. All right, so we're coming up on 345.5 miles today and a 1.6 miles per kilowatt hour. There's no question I've had a tailwind today helping out. It's been spectacular. And right now I've been going downhill for quite a while. So we're regenning now. even at 70, which is really cool. .5% grade. All right, I gotta look at it and see if that's. Come on. There we go. Well, it says 3.
In 1 mile, use the left 2 lanes to continue to I-99, US 220 toward Altoona, Bedford.
More regen there.
Continue to I-99, US 220 toward Altoona, Bedford.
I like that. That's kind of cool.
In 1,000 feet, use the left lane to stay to the left. Toward Altoona.
Nice regen. What's this do? Oh, look at that. Oh, I can bring that up again. Yeah, there's that Super Cruise round out and stop slowing you down. Well, if you're driving, you can go any pace speed you want. Go for it.
Continue straight for 35 minutes to exit 73, US 322 east toward Penn State University, State College.
Okay, I restored the view. It's missing the arrival time and distance here.
Watch out, vehicle on shoulder ahead.
I'm looking for him. Yeah, there's one there. Hey, who's out there? Give me a message in the chat. Still got 40 minutes to go. 39, 40 minutes.
Watch out, vehicle on shoulder ahead.
It's there. Not too much traffic here now tonight. It's interesting how now the display is flickering in the video. Sorry about that. I'm in the hill here. The speed limit is going to increase up here. I think it was. Oh my gosh. All right, 42 miles to go. 114-mile range. 33% state of charge. Headlights are on. So I guess the dimming of Waze is not going to occur. Sorry. Looking for police ahead. Okay, there's the night. Okay, so I hadn't actually gone to night, but unfortunately the phone is not switching to night mode.
Android Auto. Yeah, this is the Android Auto display here. Got a regen down the turn here. It's nice. Free riding. We are rocking. So I really hope that people will get some exposure here, some honesty about electric driving, some honesty about the unbelievably coolness of a super truck. Miles ahead, we got some road work. And it is fun when you're home and you charge. I mean, I charged in Michigan, I'm charging here now. Rolling. Any way I could change the map to dark. Super Duty, let me. Wow, pretty cool. Hey Phil, sorry I couldn't see it. I thought I had the chat, but I didn't. Are you sure? I'm assuming you only heard the buy part of my call with Electrify America. I have to decide if I let that out there for people to listen to or not. I thought it was a pretty good call, actually. Well, at least in night mode, it's not as shimmery. Oh, look, Waze does change. It just has to be a little bit more dark. Well, that's cool. So I'm looking over at all the wind generation and still do not see 100% of the windmills turning. One char though, quite a few. Coming through Tyrone, Pennsylvania. Loud and clear. Up here, 121 kilowatts. All right, good. I think it's a good call. I think I might try to contact him and let him know that I thought I was on mute, but I wasn't. Wink, wink. Actually, right now, almost every one of those windmills to the left is running. That's good. And you go suck down some of that power. Can you read any of the displays on the screen that you're looking at right now? Starting to get the sunset in there. Look at that. It's really good. Definitely going to watch this one again. 89-mile range. 28% state of charge. Went about 372 miles today, a little bit more maybe. This is just since the last charging stop here, but let's just get this data. So it's interesting to see that it used 2 kilowatts conditioning the battery. That is called cooling the battery after charging. So I lost some more kilowatts to do battery conditioning after charging. So 2 kilowatt hours used for battery conditioning. Oh, great. Sorry about that. I muted by accident now. See, it can happen. But I've got a great view on this one. If you can see it. Let's see. Let's watch the mirror of oneself. Reconnecting. Sorry about that. I think that might have been the cellular network, Phil, that caused that. If you're still connected, it should still work. I think it might get better again. Oh no. That is so sad. I'm sorry that it's got the crappy, but I guess audio's okay. I think that what goes on though is after I'm done, so the phone apparently is recording a higher quality stream, and then during the evening, when they're not as busy, it'll actually upload a higher quality feed. That's what I think it's been doing anyway. I definitely don't want to miss this view. I should try to clean the windshield. People are freaked out by the 3 wiper thing. On down. Alright, now I really want to know, these trucks have this thing that looks like a tiki torch, but I think it's some sort of antenna. Coming in for a landing. You gotta look in the mirror to see the best view. The rear view mirror. Interesting. Yeah, I just need to look at my phone data usage because I'm using my phone's unlimited data plan. I'm using the hotspot in the car to look at to monitor how it's working. I mean, that's how I figure out that the thing does this weird thing where it stops. You have to hit the screen again to make it restart. Okay, here comes the construction. We'll be slowing her down. Quick regen of 138 kilowatts there, peak. Left lane is closed. It's weird, they got the speed limit signs up. And that ramp caused the can't find sensor lines for Super Cruise. We're back. I'm not sure what's going on here, man. Let's turn this into a knothole. Probably terrible in rush hour traffic from Altoona to State College. Man, how far is this going to go? Had a good discussion with George Otto today. I was also chatting with one of my old AT&T friends. John Callahan. I'm in the hill at using 78 kilowatts. So I think arrival was estimated at like 12 or 13%, but clearly I'm going to come in the high teens at least. I got 11 miles to go. Almost catching up to the traffic here. They're rolling. Alright, we're at 20%. 66 mile range. This will probably have crashed this, but we'll get it back up. Oh no, it's still there. 10 miles to go. So maybe it's going to be closer than that first estimate on the big trip. Big leg. What they're working on here, but it's over now.
In 5.9 miles. Take exit 73, US 322 East for Penn State University, State College.
Okay, Google. Weather.
Right now in State College, it's 58 degrees and clear. Tonight, the forecast is for a high of 56 and a low of 42 and clear.
There we go. Another 400-mile day. And some pain.
In 1 mile, use the right 2 lanes to take exit 73, US 322 east for Penn State University, State College.
So I've learned that if I take a little bit of time, Super Cruise will automatically go over here. See, there, wait long enough, it'll go in this lane. But you can't do it immediately.
Exit right to exit 73, US 322
Out there, I
east.
tried too
Penn
early.
State. In half a mile, use the right lane to exit
I had to
right.
restart the stream there. I mean, I guess all things considered, in a 7-hour drive, I think I had to do that twice.
Exit right to State Route 26, State College. In 900 feet, use the left 2 lanes to turn left on East College Avenue. Turn left on East College Avenue.
All right, I think that's going to be the end of the live feed. I do want to do a few recordings of data and things like that and talk about
In half a mile, use
the
the left lane to
megawatt
turn left
hour
on
of
Hauser
power
Road.
you'll use to make this trip and those things. But looks like 3,800 miles here. So I appreciate everyone that listened in. And like I said, if you're watching later and you got some comments, write them down. There was a Rivian coming up
In
through there.
1,000 feet, turn left, then turn right. Turn left on Houserville Road, then turn right on Ivy Hill Drive.
All right, that is going to be it. So I am going to end the stream here.